Hello folks, and welcome to episode number 5 of Explode Your Coaching Business Live, breaking news from the personal development industry. I'm really excited about this show. Let me adjust the camera here, because today we are going to talk about 3 main things. First of all, we are going to talk about how to use the new Facebook Messenger app. If you've been on Facebook, you've seen that there is some changes. So how to use it to grow your coaching and speaking business. Then we are going to talk about how to the untold truth behind running profitable seminars, the thing that people and the speakers don't tell you when you're starting out, which is crucial for you to know. And then after, we will talk about how to what are my favorite tools to grow your membership site. So if you want to launch an online program, you want to launch a membership site, what are the best tools where you can launch your online program and you can launch your membership site in less than 1 hour. So I'm really excited about this live show this week. Okay, seems that now the camera is still. I'm liking it. That's perfect. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Simone Vincenzi, the co-founder of GTEx. Stands for Growing Together Exponentially, and we are a community of coaches, speakers, trainers, and we help other coaches, speakers, and trainers growing their businesses by creating events that sell. And we help them training in creating events that sell and growing a profitable coaching business, helping them with the event management and helping them with filling the room through a marketing agency. And we offer a lifetime membership of support. So if you want to become a lifetime member of GTEx, where we give you all the trainings live, in person, one-to-one that you need to grow a 6-figure coaching and speaking business, then there are 3 things that you got to do in order to win our lifetime membership. 1 is to like this post, like this live. 2 is to share this live. And 3 is to leave us a comment, so that you can do and tag someone else. So these are 3 things that you got to do. You got to like, you got to share, you got to comment, and tag someone else. That's how you can win your lifetime. And you need to write, I want to win. I want the lifetime membership. Right, now, let's go straight into the meat, because that's what I love. Now, if you've seen your Facebook Messenger app, this week something changed. Now you can see that there are different stories on the top where you can follow people that you communicate with. And it looks like Instagram right now. So it is very similar to the Instagram feed, to the Instagram live that there is, to the new Instagram stories. And so how can you use it to grow your business? Well, first of all, that's an incredible tool for engagement. And this is what you want to be aware of. Now, you can see there are different ways where you can use them. First of all, you want to engage your audience. Hello, Army, great to see you. Thank you for joining. First of all, you want to engage your audience, and you want to deliver every day fresh new content. It doesn't have to be a long content. It can be like 4 or 5 10-second snippets. But then you can showcase your day. You can tell people where you are. You can tell people something that you've been up to. You can showcase, for example, if you're spending time with a client. Hello, Jason, great to see you. Thank you very much. If you're spending time with a client, then you can maybe share with some of your audience the work that you did with that client. Another way to use it is if you're going somewhere quirky, or you might be going to a seminar and you want to do the behind the scene of the seminar, you can say, come on my Facebook Messenger and then see my story where I give you the back scene of the seminar. So there are these different ways where you can use the new Facebook Messenger app. But remember, all the content needs to be engaging, all the content needs to be colorful, because people don't like dull content in this case. What people want is like short snippets, fun, engaging, interactive. And that's why you can put all these emojis, that's why you can put all these filters, that's why you can wear glasses and wear a hat on that. And it's not to make yourself look like a fool, but it's just to stand out. It's just not to give the same thing that everyone else is given. It's to give that visual clue that will get people to join. And then other thing, I will always end the live with your call to action. So I will always end the story with a call to action. So I'll give you an example. We want people to join our Facebook group, Explode Your Coach and Biz, right? So if you haven't joined the Facebook group, Explode Your Coach and Biz, go right now in the Facebook group and join our Explode Your Coach and Biz. But if you haven't done it, what happens is at the end of every story, I always have a screenshot of Explode Your Coach and Biz, which is the screenshot took from my phone. And then I upload the picture in the story and I say, make sure you join our Facebook group with an arrow pointing at the name of the Facebook group. It's like a colorful arrow. It's like different arrows coming together with different colors. So if you, for example, you have a webinar, you can create a small story and then invite people to the webinar and put the link in the description. Unfortunately, the links are not clickable. Maybe there will be a feature in the future where you can click that link, but at the moment the links are not clickable. So remember that. So this is something that you can do to grow your to use a new Facebook Messenger app. Again, you can showcase what stories, you can showcase clients, you can showcase your day, you can give a piece of information or a structure or some framework that you might teach to your client, or simply just have fun with them and entertain them. For example, I'm going to do later on a Facebook riddles from. I'm going to just give a series of riddles from our to my followers. And the fact is that the great thing is that you don't need hundreds of thousands of people watching it. You might need 4 or 5 or 6 people. But what happened? You can see the people that are watching you. So because you can see the people that are watching you, you can see who are the people that might be potential clients or potential partners. Because then you see, okay, I've done this for 6 or 7 days. I've created a small story for 50 seconds every day. And I've found that there are the same 6 people that are constantly watching me. Now, unless they're friends and they might not convert in a client, then you might want to reach out to them personally and say, hey, thank you very much for watching my story. I really appreciate it. Is there anything I can help you with? Because I see that you're liking my content. So that's from the one-to-many, you are restricting the conversation one-to-one, and that's how you can get more clients, that's how you can get more partners. This is something that I'm doing in Facebook, this is something that I'm doing in Instagram stories, because that adds that personal touch. So suddenly I don't need hundreds of thousands of people for a small conversion. But I need few people, and I can interact and engage with them, and then they will receive value. So this is how to use Facebook, the new Facebook app. This is how to use the new Facebook stories. If you're enjoying this, if you're watching this, make sure that you like, comment, and share. I would really appreciate if you can share it so more people can hear and can join our weekly live show every Tuesday at 11 a.m. UK time. Now, let's move on the next topic. And a lot of people come to me after seeing me running all these big seminars with Les Brown, Gary Vaynerchuk, Dr. John DeMartini, doing the UPW preview. Hello, Evelina. Thank you very much for joining. Doing the Tony Robbins UPW preview. They asked me, oh, I want to run a seminar. And the first thing they do in their speaking business, they run a seminar. But the reality is that, yes, seminars are the most profitable thing that there is. In fact, tonight I have a webinar where I'll teach you how to run profitable seminars and how to pitch from the stage. I will put the link below later. But the reality is that if you're starting out, seminars are nowhere near the most profitable way to have clients if you're starting out as a speaker. And why is that? Because seminars have a high cost. They're very expensive to run. You will need to pay the venue. You will need to get people in the room. Hello, Chris. Great to see you. You will need to get people in the room. You will need to get to do the marketing, the advertisement. You will need to call people. And imagine this: for someone to stand up from their bum and go in and move to a room. Now that we are all bombarded with webinars and other stuff, everything is digitalized. For someone to go to a seminar is almost like a big ask, and people are getting more and more comfortable to consume the content that they want online. So every time you want now to put people on a seminar, it can cost you quite a bit of money in paid advertisement or a lot of time in talking to people, unless you have already a loyal community. If you have already a big community and you put a Facebook post out, you might have hundreds of people coming at once. However, thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like the show. Please share it if you like it. And now, if you don't have this large community, if you're starting out from scratch, what do you do? If you don't know your conversion, what do you do? I would recommend you to start testing your content on a webinar. Webinars are less expensive, webinars are easier to run. Yes, you need to have a great internet connection, so technology is an important part of a webinar, while they are less important on a seminar route, but it's still, you will save a lot of money. You will still save a lot of money. Thank you, Chris, for sharing. I really appreciate that. Thank you for sharing the video. Now you will need to have definitely a larger budget to run a seminar. Now, of course, you can look for sponsorship and get people for other brands to sponsor your room. You can have other sponsors at the back of the room promoting their products, and that's how you break even from the get-go. Hello, Jose Farina. How are you doing, buddy? Now, if you're starting out, it's very unlikely that you're going to pull in a room the amount of people necessary to attract a sponsor. Because what a sponsor wants to talk to more people. So if you're running a small seminar, it might cost you £1,000 to get 15, 20 people in a room, right? Hey man, how you doing? So how do you go around that? My recommendation would be to start safe. Start with a webinar. Even if webinar converts less than seminars, because seminar converts much more than webinar, you have more people turning up, you have more people buying, but then you have a higher cost associated to it. So what happens if you don't know your conversion, then going to a webinar, doing webinars first might be a safer route, where you can run a webinar, you have no cost, no overheads of a venue, of staff coming down, and tea and biscuits if you want to. You are delivering a presentation online like this, and then you test the conversion. And then you see, how does the presentation work? How does the presentation convert? And then when you fine-tune your spot in webinars, then move to a seminar, because it will convert 3 times higher. Is it making sense? So look at your cash flow and say, you know what, yes, seminars are the big thing, but seminars are also the most expensive thing to run. And I tell you, because there was a point where we were running 200 seminars a year. And 200 seminars were expensive, man. So if you're looking at, okay, now we have great deals with venues because we are running so many seminars. We have able to establish like great deals with venues that are looking for speakers. So if you're looking actually for a venue, just come in touch with me and we can put you in touch with our event manager. But thank you for sharing, Jose. I really appreciate you sharing the video. But so we are able to cut the costs down, but it's still for a room of 40, 50 people, generally in an hotel, in a 5-star hotel in London, can be £1,000, £1,500 just for that. We are able to put that at £300 because of our connections, but right now, if you don't have those connections, you might spend £2,000 just to get 20 people in the room, and that's insane if you don't know your conversion. You're just taking your money, throwing down the toilet. So that's my recommendation. Starts with webinar, safer route. Now, what software can you use? I love personally Webinar Jam. It's a great software to run webinars. If you want to go on a cheaper version and run more like kind of interactive masterclass, which doesn't have as much as a webinar feature, but is more like a screen share where you can have people interacting, you can start with Zoom. Zoom, there is a free version up to 40 minutes, or the paid version is, I think, $14 a month. And then you can get 20 people, and 20 people can interact with each other. Boom, you cut the cost of the platform as well without spending $50, $60 a month or $400 a year, like could be Webinar Jam, or another one which is great is Webinar Ninja. I have both of them. I love them both. But if someone is starting out, is your first webinar, get a Zoom account. Get a Zoom account, $14 a month. And then you start with that, so you keep your costs down. And this is, we've been really guilty within GTEx, because particularly me, I love spending money. I gotta say, I love spending money, particularly in my business, because I see the potential. I see the potential of a platform. I see what this platform can do. But sometimes I neglect the reality of the moment. That's why my business partner, Ben, he is on top of it. He's the one who said, no, don't spend this money, or yes, let's get this platform now because we need it. But there is a difference always between a nice to have and a must have. Like a lot of people starting in online marketing, they go immediately for ClickFunnels, and they have no following, and you're spending $297 a month for a piece of software that yes, can give you massive return if you already have a presence and will simplify your life, but then will drain your cash flow like crazy. So look at where you are and don't be fancy. If you want to create a webinar, you need a landing page. Brilliant. You get to lead pages, or lead pages I think is about $35 a month to create unlimited landing pages. Then you have Zoom, up to 20-30 people. Brilliant. Bish bash bosh. You test your conversion and then you move it and you start running your seminar. I hope that makes sense, guys, because if you get this, it will change your business. It will definitely change your business. Oh man, I can tell you so many stories of how much money I've wasted in venues and so on. It's crazy. Okay, now we've been talking about Facebook, the new Facebook Messenger app and how to use it and how to grow your business with that. We've been talking about the untold truth about running profitable seminars. If you enjoyed it so far, please make sure you share or leave us a comment. I really appreciate. And if you have any question, write any question here during the live. I would love to hear from you. And as well, there is a possibility and opportunity for you to win lifetime membership to our all training and courses and everything we do. So you can find the descriptions in the description of the show. Now let's move on in the last part. Let's move on in the last part of the show, which is talking about building membership sites and building online programs. A lot of my clients come to me and they say, "Oh, Simone, I want to build a membership site. I want to build an online program. And I don't know the technology, I don't know how to do it, I don't know how to put the content together, I don't know how to put what I've here in the work that I do one-to-one with people in a way that everyone can benefit from it without being there." Now, I have a gift, and my gift is to create frameworks. That's what people tell me. You're able to take complex pieces of information, put them in a framework that makes sense where I can put myself in and I can express myself. So what I invite you to do is to create yourself a framework. Now, if you're struggling, let's do, in this section, what I want to talk is about two things. One, on how to put what you have in here in your mind on an online program. And the other part is what platforms to use to create your online program in less than 1 hour. And I tell you because I do it with my clients. Sit down together, in 1 hour we create their online program entirely. And so it's possible. I do it almost every day, right? That's very hard, it's what they ask me the most. So one of the things that you got to do is to think about general way. So of course you have a lot of tools in your coaching box, in your mentoring box, in your consulting box, but there are a few tools that you use every single time. There are a few tools that when you talk to people, they tell you that you use, they are your go-to tools. You know that they are your tools or frameworks that they are going to get your clients the biggest results. So once you're deciding what to put in an online program, because an online program doesn't need to be overwhelming. You don't need to put everything you know in there. You need to put just the best of what you know. That's the key. So if you think about it, what are the 4 or 5 exercises that I always give to my clients? They love it, they get breakthroughs, and no matter what's their situation, then as long as you know your niche, no matter what's their situation, then they get benefit from it, they love it. And as soon as you have that, then what you're doing, you put a list, you create a list of all these tools that you're using, and then you divide them into categories and you put them in your online program. That's it. It's very simple. So you can create, like, if you think about a book, you can create different modules. And if you think about maybe 4 modules, 4 or 5 modules in an online program, then you have what are your best exercises for this module, what are your best exercises for the second module, what are your best exercises for the third module, and so on. It works. And it's simpler than you think. It's just maximum 3 exercises per module. If you want to be brave and be bold, then go 4 exercises. But that's why it's so important that you make it simple for your clients, because then it will become simple for you to sell and simple for your client to receive and then go through it, but then also understand and buy before that. And then once you've done it, once you have this framework done, then you can go into a platform called, there are 2 platforms that I love, and there's 3 platforms that I love. One is called Thinkific. Very simple, very easy to use, very easy to set up, and it's free. There's a free version. Downside is that the landing page sucks. This is the only downside. So thinkific.com, is great because it's the simplest that I found in terms of integration and everything. You can create your membership site, online program, but the problem is that the landing page sucks. It's too basic, and I wasn't really happy with that. But if you have an external landing page link into that, then you're sorted. The one that I will recommend you the most right now is Teachable. And I forgot to thank you, Tunji, for our writing coach, our book coach, then to mention this to me and to make me play with that. In fact, now I'm building the membership site for my clients mainly on Teachable. Because Teachable, as also I discovered a free version, and then the membership side, all the pages and the self and everything looks slick. Everything about that looks slick, it's beautiful. Like people can enjoy go through this program also visually. There is nothing fancy that you can create, so there is no like gamification platforms and so on. But the membership side looks great. You can drip feed the content. You can do also on Thinkific, so that you can schedule the content so people don't consume it all at once. You can create one-off payments. You can create multiple payments. You can get the option for people to choose a one-off payments and multiple payments in the same landing page. The sales page looks slick. So I love Teachable.com. So make sure you go to Teachable.com. And then the other one, which is the third one that I'm using, this is the one that I'm personally using, is not as good, it might not be as good looking as Teachable.com, because I personally think it's not as good looking, but it's called Everlesson. That's the downside. The upside is that you can create a limited membership site with only one account. You can also have gamification features. Hello Lucy, great to see you here. You can have also gamification features in Everlesson, which means if I want my clients to go through the process and actually get rewards. I don't know if you ever played like a game on your apps, like on your phone. Well, immediately within the first 3 seconds, you are leveling up. You are having an upgrade. You are becoming. You might get a weapon that becomes super good. So if that happened, the reason why they do it is because they want you to be kind of addicted to that game. Because what happens as soon as you get a reward in your brain, there is a rush of endorphins which is released and therefore makes you more addicted to the platform. And then you can use the same principle to get more people going through and completing the program. Because it's not about getting them addicted to you and being sleazy and scammy with them. But it's about getting them, getting the endorphin rush to actually complete the full program and then have the results that they want. So what you can do, you can create badges for people. You can create different levels that people can achieve depending on how much content consumed. So it's a bit more complex, a bit more complicated, but it goes deeper into the consumer and the user experience that they're going to have. You have live updates, so you can create chat rooms where you can group people and get them to talk. You can see, and you can see also this in Everlesson, I think, or in both in every platform. You can see the progresses that your clients are having. So then if there is a client that you're talking to and then they say, oh, you know, your membership site doesn't work, and oh, I haven't learned, but I didn't get the results. And then you go back and you look what content have they consumed, then they might not have consumed anything, or they might have watched like 3 minutes of a 10 minutes video. You can see that and you can say, hey, if you want to get the result, you got to put the work in. Or you can reward the people that got the most results. So there is no limit of what you can do. It's a bit more complex to set up. I personally had someone else setting it up for me, but also if you want to do it yourself, it's pretty straightforward. And also there are tutorials for everything. So you might spend a bit more time having tutorials. Or I can recommend you with someone else, Jonathan, that built our site. I was completely happy, and it took in less than a day all the membership site and all the different things was ready. Because I already had another membership site I wasn't happy with, and I had to migrate it because I completely had issues, and it was inside our WordPress plugin. So again, to build a membership site, you can have we talked about Thinkific. Really simple, the simplest that you can set up to use it literally like is dummy proof, but the landing page sucks. Then you have the sales page sucks. Then you have Teachable, the one that I will recommend for the most of you, which you have a free version, paid version, and also is good looking. And the other one is Everlesson, which is not as good looking as Teachable at the moment, but the guys are developing like crazy. and also in particular you can create gamification features where people can go through it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. We are at the end of episode number 5 of our Explode Your Coaching Business Live. Is the breaking news on the personal development industry, where I bring you the latest technology, the latest thing that I've encountered, and a review for you. I will talk about that. Some of these things, most of these things I personally use them myself, so then I can have a frame of reference talking to you, and that's every Tuesday, 11 o'clock a.m. So as we said, Tuesday is the new Friday for coaches, speakers, and trainers. Remember, you can win. There are all the resources that are in the links. If you're listening this on a podcast, which the recording is going to be put on a podcast, you go in the description of a podcast. There are the resources that we talked about in the link. If you're watching here on Facebook Live, make sure that you go in the description, and I will put the resources right now if you're live. If you're watching the recording, thank you for watching the recording. You can still like, you can still share, and you can still have the opportunity to win lifetime access to all our training. Once a year, we will select a lucky winner. We sell this training for more than £10,000. The only thing you got to do is to say, I want my lifetime membership. You gotta like, you gotta share, you gotta comment, and tag one person in this video. I know this might be a bit of work for you, but the reward at the end is incredible, because we are going to help you personally to build your 6-figure coaching and speaking business. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week, Tuesday, 11 a.m. UK time, punctual, here on our business page, GTEx Growing Together Exponentially. See you there, and always live with purpose. Ciao.